and they have nice sales and things like that. So it's not only the local crafters, but a lot of the local crafters are actually represented within the gift shop as well. So they have all kinds of things in there, though, not just crafts, but they have books about the history of the museum or about Sedona and things like that too. So it's a pretty cool place to be. And just a little fun fact, when Thai Beanie Babies were a big deal, they had Jordan, the Sedona bear, and his name was Jordan, and just like the museum, the Jordan House. And I got to do the little embroidery of the Apple logo for the museum to put on the tummies of all these little stuffed animals, the Jordan bears. So I thought that was cool. So I imagine those have been sold out for years now.
Yes.
But I still have mine.
Good.
So anyway, I would like to turn this over to Janeen now. Janeen is going to walk us through some of her favorite things in the gift shop, and we can ooh and ah at everything.
Great. Thank you, Karen. Can you hear me okay?
I sure can.
Well, thank you. Karen and Kathy and their family is a pioneer family, and we are thrilled for their involvement here and the involvement of other pioneer families. So thanks for helping us do this, you guys. I'm Janeen Trevillyan. I've been volunteering here for 21 years. So I came, the museum had only been open probably less than a year when I started volunteering here. And I can tell you that the gift shop has come a very long way in those 21 years. When I first came, there was a desk in the corner, a couple of bookcases, and there were some books, and I think some used antique items for sale. That wasn't got the full inventory. So we've definitely come a long ways, and I'm anxious to show people who are maybe never been in our museum gift shop, which, by the way, you can come to any time we're open. And you do not have to pay an admission fee to get in the gift shop. We have our own entry, etc. for the gift shop. We are an all-volunteer organization, and so I think you'll be impressed when you walk around and see what's going on in the gift shop, that we have a volunteer gift shop manager, bless her heart. And I'm going to put a shout out to Sue Williams, who is very diligent and very good at helping us get a new inventory and keep the gift shop running smoothly. A couple of just quick things to know about our gift shop too. If you're thinking about coming to shop, because we're a nonprofit, we have already paid the sales tax. And when you come to the museum gift shop and purchase something, that's about a 10% discount right off the top, because you are not paying sales tax. We do have very much a local focus. So I'm going to show you some things that some of our, as Karen said before, some of our existing arts and crafts people who also sell year-round in our gift shop. The first thing I want to talk about is, maybe like Karen said, some of my favorite things. Okay, so I'm going to turn our video around. There we go.
There we go.
And I want to show you, you know how Oprah Winfrey, Karen, has a favorite things list? Well, I have a favorite things list too.
Does that mean
at the museum gift shop?
Away to all of us too? Because that's what Oprah does. She gives everything away.
I'll do that. Well, yeah, no, I don't think we'll do that. But if you join the museum, we will give you a 10% discount in the gift shop.
Yes, I have taken advantage of that before.
That's right. So here's a few of my favorite things. First of all, I have a lot of bracelets and earrings from the museum. So jewelry is a favorite thing, mostly because most of the jewelry we have at the gift shop is locally made or handmade in Arizona. We have a couple of artists from outside the region. And so I'll show you just a couple of things. This person's jewelry, for example, this piece is turquoise, and I don't know if you can quite see, but it's amethyst beads. This person's, there's a couple of other pieces. She does a lot of work in jasper. I noticed this piece has an agate pendant. And as I was setting this little display up tonight, I realized these two necklaces I just showed you don't have matching earrings, whereas some of her pieces do. And so I just walked over to our earring counter, and sure enough, we had earrings that go perfectly with these necklaces. Another piece with jasper and coral. And
I
then
love
we have
that coral. The
yeah,
coral's beautiful.
the stones are really the thing, you know, about these pieces that I think set them apart.
Yeah, and turquoise is back in style right now, big time.
Yep. Well, we have another artist, and she's a descendant of a pioneer family, Lisa Hyatt. She's a descendant of the Prettyman family. I'm going to hold my hand kind of over this to try and shield this piece, this stone, from the bright light so it doesn't wash out so much. But this is a beautiful stone. I think it's called rhodochrosite. Somebody who's a stone and mineral person would have to help me with pronunciation. But this is all wire wrap, hand wire wrap, and you can see the copper wire on this piece and all the detail and small. I can't imagine sitting there and braiding and making chain and making the pieces, you know, even the, you can see the complexity of the weaving on the holder or clasp of this pendant. But Lisa makes a lot of jewelry. We have a hard time keeping her jewelry in stock. This is another piece of her jewelry. Hopefully
That's beautiful. I can tell the hand woven wire around it. It's really gorgeous, and the bail that holds the pendant on is ornate as well.
It is, and they're securely made, so you aren't going to lose your stone. And then we've got bracelets. I picked out a couple of bracelets that just happen to match match the necklaces that I put on display. And another thing that is made by a pioneer descendant that's one of my favorite things. I've given, I can't tell you how many of these away because they're perfect to slide in between a couple pieces of cardboard or something and put in a padded envelope and mail away or take on a plane with you. Or maybe like if you have company who comes to visit you here in Sedona or wherever you are, you like to leave a little gift for them when they arrive that will be a memento of their visit to Sedona. So these little ornaments are, you can kind of see the scale based on my hand, but they are locally made by an artist who's a Jordan granddaughter. And we are at the Sedona Heritage Museum, which was built by the Jordan family. So these pieces, these little ornaments, are made by a Jordan descendant. Another favorite thing, and I'm not a knife person, but I kind of like these because they sell so well. So I guess with my museum hat on, these are a favorite piece. We have a Native American gentleman who lives down the road here a little ways, and he hand makes these knives, and we cannot keep them in stock. He uses, if you were a knife person, you would know what I'm talking about in terms of the metal work that he does, the type of steel he uses. This one's German steel. Then there's another kind of steel, Damascus steel, that knife people follow. So if you know somebody in your gift giving list, for example, coming up, who is a knife aficionado, this is going to be a one-of-a-kind with one-of-a-kind sheaths and one-of-a-kind handwork. The handles are anywhere from bone to wood to antler, sometimes with stone inlays and things like that. So these are some of my favorite things. And I'm going to walk you around now and show you a few other items in the gift shop that do well. And
can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Somebody in the chat has already asked a question. Brendan would like to know if you have any books in the museum on the history of, I think it's Yavapai County office, something like that.
We have
Yavapai County Sheriff's Office.
Oh, thank you, Kathy.
Okay. We would not, no one that I know of has published a book like that, but anybody who is interested in doing research on any topic that might, you know, have overlapped with Sedona, we have a lot of research materials. And anybody who would like to call the museum during regular business hours at 928-282-7038 and ask for Janeen, or leave a message if I'm not here, and I'd be happy to call him back and help him do research. But I know of no book that anybody's published on that topic yet. Okay, but thank you for the question. Good chance to put a plug in for our research library. So here's one of our fun little critters. We do have a lot of children's items. These little hand puppets, we can't keep them in stock. We do a fair amount of sales in books. And so these books right here, these little booklets, you'll notice some of them have a year on them. These are birthday cards, and they're a whole little booklet that tells you all the fun things that were going on the year you were born. So that's always an opportunity for something different when you're looking for a gift. Books. That was a perfect segue into the conversation about our books. Books are probably one of our better sellers, and we have books that mostly focus on Sedona history, Sedona geology, Sedona photography and photographers, and just lots of other kinds of things. Like we do happen to sell the Arizona's Little Hollywood book, which is like a 2-inch thick 5-pound book. It's everything you want to know about the history of movie making in Northern Arizona and Sedona. And we have an exhibit in the museum about the history of the arts community in Sedona, and that includes an exhibit of the Cowboy Artists of America. And so we are working with Jody Beeler, the family of Joe Beeler, of one of the founders of Cowboy Artists of America. And we do represent and carry Beeler books, if anybody's interested in that. I mentioned
Janeen,
Lisa Hyatt. Yes.
I need to
mentioned
interrupt for just a minute because Kathy just posted an answer already. There is actually a book on the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office, and she got the link from him for the book, so she will have that available.
Great. So we can get that to the question person. Great.
And I wanted to also just mention about the books that one thing really neat about the museum is they often have local signings from the author there. I know Mary Wyatt has been there and signed her books. She's another friend of our family because another pioneer family. I actually have a child's book that I bought when my daughter was little. You had the police horse, and the officer that trained the police, well, that was the handler for the police horse. And there's a children's book called T-Bone the Police Horse. And it's signed by the officer, and there's a little paw print in there from the horse. And I actually read it on, with all this COVID stuff, I can't see my granddaughter. So I read it on a Facebook live chat to my granddaughter. And Kelsey was surprised that I pulled something out of her past from the museum. And she remembered it.
That is fun. We do have a lot of local authors. When I showed you several shelves of books there a few seconds ago, and probably 80% or so of those books are local authors. So yeah, that is a real focus of the museum. Something you won't necessarily find anywhere else. I'm just going to scan a few other things. I mentioned Lisa Hyatt and her jewelry, and we looked at her wire wrap jewelry. She also is a weaver and does crochet. So these are some of her handmade scarves. And as we head into the winter season, scarves and hats might be something that people are looking for gift ideas. I'm going to just show you a couple of shelves of children's things, including the new little coyote you see here. He actually howls when you squeeze him. So he's a little interactive coyote. Lots of other children's items, including our favorite little thing. You'd be surprised how many people want to know things about javelinas. So we always have to have a stuffed javelina in the gift shop. This geode resin art is also Lisa Hyatt's work. It's most unusual. It's some kind of chemical reaction with inks and paints and then crushed glass. And believe it or not, these have sold very well, and they're just really unusual pieces. A few more, just a quick glance. I know I'm moving around. I don't want to make anybody motion sick, but there's a few other things for children, including geodes, where you can give your kid a hammer and give him a geode and let him open it up and see what treasure is inside, what kind of crystals and things like that.
Oh, that's cool. I've never even heard of doing that before. That's really neat.
Kids love those things. They're a little heavy for a stocking stuffer, but instead of an orange, that would probably go over well. Another local artist is Jane Petty, and she's also a museum volunteer, and she does pine needle weaving, which is incredibly time consuming and patient to get it absolutely perfect, which hers are. She was recently, or this past spring, featured as a featured artist in the Sedona Monthly magazine. So you can see some of her baskets here. These are kind of like baskets that you would use to collect things or for art. So it's got a little bit of a holiday theme. They're beaded, they're unusual, they're organic. This even has a piece of hand felted, hand crocheted work in the bottom. So Jane Petty's pine needle baskets are an unusual piece.
Do those pine needle baskets, do they actually smell like pine needles, like a Christmas tree?
If you smell them, they don't smell like a Christmas tree. They smell more like, I would have to say they smell more like bark because they're dried. So they would, but they do have a natural smell to them.
That's cool.
And see, another thing as we walk around the building, the room, we do have a collection of Mata Ortiz pottery. This Mata Ortiz is made in the village in Mexico, and we buy directly from the village there. The artist, we have an artist who comes up here and brings work directly from her village, so she knows all these people. And we do have Mata Ortiz pottery for anyone who is a collector, including some small pieces. Another fun thing, if you're looking for a flat gift or something to give friends who come to visit and they're looking for something commemorative, this is an Arizona artist, and he cuts these metal cutouts, and he's making these cathedral rock cutouts for us. And some of them say Sedona, and some of them don't. But those are kind of fun ornaments, or you could hang them even as a kind of a wind catcher or light catcher, dream catcher kind of thing. And then, of course, you can never go wrong with cats. You just about have to have cats in a gift shop, don't you?
I would go with horses and dogs, but everybody's got their own thing, you know?
Okay.
Janine, I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Are you wearing one of those magnet bracelet?
Right this second?
Yes.
No.
Okay, because we're getting audio interruptions every once in a while. It just happened a minute ago, although the last part that you did was fine.
Okay. I do have a big metal bracelet on. I just took it off.
Okay, we'll see if that makes a difference.
Okay, good. Some other fun things, ornaments. People can always use an ornament for a keepsake, so we have ornaments in the gift shop. And this little guy, he's kind of another favorite thing of mine. If you can kind of see him, he's got a little bit of attitude and personality here, this little rattlesnake. But best of all, if I can line him up here, can you hear him rattle?
Oh my gosh, my granddaughter would love that.
I know. So we've got the coyote that howls and the rattlesnake that rattles.
Oh, neat.
And he's a real reasonable price. He's only $11, and he's really long. I don't know if I can stretch him out here, but he just gets longer and longer as you pull him up here. He's a pretty good sized guy. So you can definitely wrap him around your neck and shoulders and stuff and walk around the house, depending on how old you are.
I don't think it matters how old I would do it.
There you go. Me would be better than a real thing. Let's see, shirts. We have a very high quality Arizona made, US made shirt collection for women. So you won't find typical t-shirts here at the museum, but you will find some unusual or, quality shirts that you could wear anywhere. And this particular brand, we've been carrying for probably 10 years at the museum gift shop, including this shirt. I'll see if I can show it, but it's a shirt with Cathedral Rock on the front of it. And I've had one of these shirts for probably 10 years. I wash it, every couple of weeks because I wear it so often. And it looks just like the day I bought it. You would never know that it's a 10-year-old shirt.
Wow, I really like that shirt. I've not seen that one. I've gotten some of the patriotic ones from there. You've got some good red, white, and blue ones, but I've never seen the Cathedral Rock.
Yep.
That's pretty.
It is. And then this is just, we're kind of back to jewelry. We kind of keep the jewelry in a couple of different places. But again, as you look at this, a lot of this jewelry, I would have to, as I'm looking at the shelf, say most of this jewelry is locally made, local artists. Some of the earrings, and we do have some Tree of Life necklaces that are sterling silver. And Tree of Life is a very popular motif right now. And so we do have some Tree of Life wall decor, home decor, and we do have some Tree of Life necklaces, and those have been very popular. I'm just going to spin this a little bit. I want to zero in on one other local artist, Karen Puckett. Some of you who are local will know Karen's work. She does glass art, dichroic glass, and her net earrings. We just got new inventory today. She has beautiful earrings. We can hardly keep her earrings in stock. The glass is
glass and jewelry is huge. I mean, it's so beautiful because of all the colors that come from it.
Yep. And when you wear it out in the sunlight, I can't tell you, I've got several of her pieces and one other glass artist who used to do the arts and crafts show here. And every single time I wear them, I get compliments. We do have an artist who does kind of a fun thing, and there's a little coffee pot rock necklace on the lower end, but some in silver too.
I love that.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
Yes. I think that was the first rock I learned as a little girl. Coffee pot rock. Yeah.
And there's another piece of Lisa's geode resin art. And right above it, a color coordinated one of our shirts, again with Cathedral Rock on the front. This is a little lighter weight shirt that you might wear in the summer, even though it's got long sleeves. And a few more of Lisa Hyatt's necklaces. We were talking to a beader last night, or night before last, Nancy, and she was talking about the complexity of beadwork and how you have to get it just even and you have to have the right beads. Is that right, Karen? How tricky it is?
Yes, because she said to me, and I agreed with her, I buy all my beads from a certain vendor. I don't vary them because some of them you'll get such a mixture of beads that they are all different sizes, some don't fit. So there are certain vendors that I know that make them more consistent. So I usually stick to those ones.
Well, it might be hard for everybody to see, but this is actually kind of a 3D necklace. Maybe if I go up on the side there, you can see how 3D it is. So imagine weaving this perfectly with beads and then doing the three-dimensional part of it. This is a very complex necklace.
That's so pretty. It looks Victorian to me. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, you remember I don't know, they were kind of unpopular when I was a kid. You might be a little too young, but wearing a velvet ribbon around your neck with a pendant, it's kind of got that feeling, or the beaded Victorian look.
Right. Wow, those are beautiful.
So
someone just put one word in the chat, bling.
Yes. Yeah, come to the museum gift shop for bling.
Yes, bling it on.
There you go. And the last thing I'll mention is, we always have a few souvenirs. You have to do that when you're in Sedona, but this is another great gift idea. These are bubble magnets. So they're glass, they're bubble glass, and they have a 3 dimension to them. And again, at only $7 a set for what's that, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 magnets or something like that for $7. You can't give a nicer gift for like, if you have guests again coming and you want to give them a little keepsake before they even have a chance to shop.
That's a great idea. Kathy, you should keep those on hand for me when I come visit.
The magnets?
Yeah, because I'm a guest, you know.
Oh, okay. So you need a package of them. That's what you're saying.
Well, any of those cute little things she mentioned, like the snake, the rattlesnake.
Oh, there's a hint.
Yeah, right?
So I hope everybody's enjoyed our little tour. I don't know if I mentioned the masks. Did I mention the masks? We are making homemade masks right now. So they're handmade. They're out of Southwest Fabrics. And they do have a little name drop Sedona on them. So if you'd like to, for yourself or somebody else, give a mask that says Sedona. So wherever they go, people will go, ooh, that person's from Sedona. We have masks like that in the gift shop too.
Nice. What are the masks run for? How much?
The masks are only $7 a piece. And I'll just hold this one up.
Oh, and they're very pretty.
You can see it's got the little logo, and then they're all reversible.
Nice.
And they open up very nicely.
Yeah. I like those.
Got to have those these days, I'm sorry to say, but
yeah,
it's a little different than the average. And we've got one docent. I bet she's got 6 or 7 of them because she's got one for every color outfit she has.
She does. She color coordinates them.
She does.
All right.
Well, I think that about wraps it up for this segment. So I'll turn it back to Kathy. Thank you, Janeen.
Thank you, Karen.
All right. Thank you both. Yes, we are ready to wrap it up. I just wanted to mention, if you want anything from the gift shop, we are open every day, including the weekends, from 11 to 3. If you want to come in, you're welcome to just come in and shop. You can also order things by phone. We would take your contact info and get it to our gift shop manager, who is a volunteer. So she's not there every day. You can also send an email to shop@sedonamuseum.org. And we can, again, put our gift shop manager in touch with you. And we do offer curbside pickup if you don't want to come in. And we can also ship it for a small fee.
And those links are on your website, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Just want to remind everybody, we'll be back again the day after tomorrow. And then you'll find out why I have a Christmas tree up sitting next to me. Anyhow, we'll see you then. Thanks all so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.